Guess who is doing NaNoWriMo this year? Did you think I was going to do NaNoWriMo? I didn't think I was going to do NaNoWriMo. Hello, I'm Jade. Last year, I didn't win NaNoWriMo. I got to about 30,000 words. I went through a whole heap of personal shit, which made it impossible to continue. I left Mallorca, Spain, and had to move back to South Africa after my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with probably 20 women. Actually, it was 7 that I know of, probably more though. So I was not in the right frame of mind to write. And I have been in a seriously bad headspace since then, dealing a lot with, I'm gonna get quite personal. I started dealing a lot with depression and just not feeling good enough about my writing and about me personally. I just didn't feel happy in my own self. I have had writer's block for an entire year again. Last time I had writer's block this bad was when I lost my fiance. I mean, I like to say that I'm a writer, but for the last couple of years, it's pretty much impossible to call myself a writer when not much has actually been bloody done. So this year, I have decided I'm going to do it. I decided yesterday that I'm going to just go in full force. To tell you how serious I am about this, I've decided to go onto NaNoWriMo website and purchase not only a NaNoWriMo t-shirt, which I will use, you know, not every day throughout November, because it'll need a wash every now and then, but a NaNoWriMo shirt, which I will wear sometimes when I write, and also a NaNoWriMo mug, so my wine time mug, coffee to get me through until it's wine time, is going to have to take a back seat for a while. I think my coffee might be too hot. Ooh, yes, too hot. I'm waiting for that to arrive, and that's going to be really cool because it's going to get me into the right frame of mind. It's going to show me how serious I am about participating this year. This year's going to be different. Last year, NaNoWriMo, I got to 30,000 words, and it was all I did. I did a couple of days here and there of freelancing on the yachts in Spain, but for the most part, I actually just wrote my heart out for the time that I did participate in NaNoWriMo. This year, I have a full-time job in an art gallery, and that is going to be taking up 9 to 10 hours of my day, actually probably 12, because I get stuck in about 2 hours traffic every bloody day. So it's going to be a lot harder, and NaNoWriMo is going to absolutely test my limits of sanity and sleep deprivation, but we're gonna do it anyway. I have a really cool notebook. I mean, it's got little coffee stains on it, and that's not from me, it's actually, that's how it came, and it's really cool. So I've started kind of planning what I want to do, and you know, I've got this really good idea. I actually thought about it the other day, very like off the top of my head. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you what it is yet, but I'm not allowed to start the actual novel until November 1st when NaNoWriMo begins, but I am going to plan a little bit better. Normally I am a pantser. This means that in NaNoWriMo terms, you're either a planner or you are a pantser, and a pantser is someone that just basically cracks on writing day one, no plan, just goes with it. And that's how I normally am, because to me, as much as a lot of authors will tell you it is definitely the wrong way to go, I find that it's so interesting and fun, because it's like I'm actually reading a book for the first time and I have no idea where it's going to go. And I like that. It's, you know, it might not be the best structure, and there might be heaps wrong with it, and I might have to go back every now and again to figure out something. And you wouldn't have to do that if you plan it word for word and step by step, but I am going to try and plan a little bit now, and it's only like, so we've got 2-ish months until NaNoWriMo starts, and I am going to plan the shit out of it. I'm going to try something different this time, because all my other novels have been completely like spontaneous, didn't know where they were going, didn't know what was going to happen. This one's going to be different, so I don't know if I should tell you what it's about yet. I'm so excited though. It's a thriller, obviously. I like 2 genres. I would either be writing a thriller or more of like a Colleen Hoover-esque kind of vibe romance, but with a lot of drama in it, you know? So I've decided to go for a thriller. Last year I also wrote a thriller. Cooling down now. Last year's one was called the Eulogy, and that was about a girl called Liz who finds out that her husband is planning to murder her when she stumbles across a eulogy that he's written for her. and she's got to stay one step ahead of the game all the time. I have not written that book in a year, and I just decided that this year I want to start fresh with something new, because the Eulogy, I'm sorry to say, I feel like it could probably be cursed. Because every time I sit down to write the Eulogy, something really bad happens in my life. Either I lose my fiance in Bali, or I get cheated on by a mass amount of Spanish women who have tans to die for, asses that look incredible in freaking G-strings, whereas mine is just full of flab and stretch marks. And my boyfriend just cheats on me with them, and it's just not very nice. It's not very nice at all. If you're a man and you're watching this, do not cheat on your girlfriend, because you don't know what it does to us. So that book is tainted. I am writing something brand spanking new now. That's what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I would actually, last night when I was driving home, I was trying to listen to Final Girls by Riley Sager on Audible, and I actually just couldn't even concentrate because my head was spinning with ideas that I wanted to put into my book that I want to write, which is why I came home and I just dashed to this notebook and just started planning away. But I'm going to wait and I'm going to plan. This is, I get into this mindset where I get so excited and I just really want to write right now. But waiting, planning, I'm going to start. So I've kind of done a little bit of an outline last night, and today I want to kind of focus on the characters and get to know the characters, give them names and identities, little quirks and backstories. So I'm really, really going to try hard this year. And you know what, I don't mind too much if I don't hit 50,000 words this year. I know that's the entire bloody point of NaNoWriMo, okay, but I am just going to be really excited to start writing again after what I've been through. So I love the fact that NaNoWriMo gives you this big audience that you can be a part of. Not audience, what am I saying? Like this big community that you can be a part of, and you inspire each other and you make friends, and it's really fun. This year's going to be also very different because I don't have Wi-Fi. I live alone in this tiny little flat that's the size of a shoebox, but my view is worth it. So it's going to be the most perfect writing spot. I'm actually going to show you where I'm going to be writing. One moment. Uno momento. Right, so this is my little home, my surfboard. Let's have a look. That's my bed. How cozy is that blanket? My bookshelf. I think it's quite clean today. I've got my parents visiting from Neisner, so I had to clean up a little bit. But yeah, I've got the washing out to dry. But this is where I'm going to be writing for the most part. Mind the mop. So that is going to be my little table, and that, my friends, is my view. Can we all just take a moment to realize how lucky I am to be able to write with that? If I don't write a best-selling novel with that view, then I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry. I really do want to share with you what my novel's going to be about. I mean, literally, I was playing on my phone the other day and it just came to me like an epiphany. I'm so scared someone was going to steal my idea. I've come across that a lot in a book. Like, so there's one book that I read recently. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was something by Colleen Hoover. I think it was maybe Someday. That was it. Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. For years, I started writing a book in 2012, and my plan was that every chapter would be titled with a song and the entire book would have its own playlist. And I did it, and it was beautiful, and I was so proud of myself, and everyone said how unique it was. But it didn't get published, and then Colleen frickin' Hoover, one of my favorite authors, came out with a book with pretty much like an identical idea. And yes, her story is probably far better than mine, but the idea of the songs, guys. So I don't want anyone to steal my new idea. Fuck it. Okay, so the title, I came up with last night while I was driving, and I think it's going to be called The Godchild, dum dum dum, and you know that means that it's a thriller, it's going to be an evil godchild, but that might not sound very unique, but believe me, it's going to be amazing. I can already just imagine it being a movie, like a horror movie, and it's going to be awesome. So it's going to be about this girl who's always kind of been very independent, and she feels like she's very her own person. She doesn't need a man. She travels around and she kind of does casual relationships. She's got like a couple of very close girlfriends, but she doesn't really like to let people in too close because she's been hurt. Sounds like someone I know. So then her best friend is very heavily pregnant with her second child, and she sends this message to her one day because she changes her WhatsApp picture to this image of her older daughter, who is my main character's godchild. So my main character basically sends her a message saying, oh, you've got the most beautiful daughter in the world, and she receives this text back that's very strange, like almost flirtatious, and like she's like, what the hell? And after that, like she starts to notice things like very strange in her best friend's household, and then one day her best friend comes to her in a coffee shop and she's like shaking and trembling and she's scared to admit that she's scared of her own daughter, but she feels like something's really wrong. And then the best friend is brutally murdered, and because my main character is the godmother, she has to take in this daughter, and this daughter starts to manipulate her life and control it, and no one's listening to her because they're saying, oh, you know, you've never had to deal with this kind of responsibility, but my MC is a clever one and she knows something's not right, and something's not right with this daughter, so she starts to investigate, and there we go. That's the premise, you know. I don't know if I gave away far too many details there. I'm not very good at keeping things hidden at all. Let me know what you think of my idea in the comments down below. I think I've got some names in mind. I think my main character might be called Reagan. I think her best friend who gets murdered might be called Peyton. And then I think that the evil daughter is going to be called Harley. No, I'm quite excited. I I want to do like kind of more unique names that you don't hear every day. And oh, there's like sunlight creaking in. As for the NaNoWriMo Vlogs, as I said, do not have Wi-Fi, so uploading on a daily basis is not going to be possible for me at all. Therefore, I am going to try my hardest to do like a vlog once a week. I'm going to try and video every single day and then kind of combine all the videos into a weekly vlog. I am going to be getting a video editor now with a new laptop, so that's going to be exciting. I need a video editing book for dummies. I am really technologically challenged, but I'm going to try. I'm really excited about it this year, guys, and just to get back into writing, discover my passion again, just become me once again. It's been a long time since I have truly felt inspired to write something, and the fact that I've got 2 months to wait is really annoying, but it means that I can plan. Planning for NaNoWriMo is not cheating. As long as you don't actually start writing your novel, it's fine. So let me know if you're going to be taking part in NaNoWriMo this year. 2017, we're gonna do it, guys. Let's write a freaking novel. On the note of feeling like your book is not going to be something unique, like I just said about my book and the Colleen Hoover similarities, I was watching some book writing videos by Christine from Poland Banana Books this morning, and she said that, you know, don't be scared about that, because even if there are similarities in your book and someone else's, it's never going to be the same, because no one can write your story. This is your book, it's your idea, it's your take on things, it's your voice. So just do it. It doesn't matter, you know, there's always going to be similarities in books. There's always going to be little bits here and there that are like, oh, and then you're gonna start to doubt yourself, just as she says, but don't doubt yourself. You have a voice. Use it. See you next time. Ciao.